Today I am going to make a new video, so please whatever.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. So high, might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
So we picked up a slight leak on the Vr6 and it looks like it's coming from the radiator. I have stripped the front bumper already and I'll show you exactly what we're working with. There's a cross member that goes over here. That is also off. I actually want to have that resprayed because it's a bit rusty, so we'll clean that up and then have it resprayed. But you can see over here, there is a leak and we think that it's coming from behind this condenser on the radiator. We obviously have to strip all of this first to find out exactly where the leak is, but yeah, this is definitely an issue and we think that from driving the car this could have been chafing against the radiator and that could have caused the leak. That is what we expect. So once we get this off, we can see where the damage is and obviously if this was the cause of that. So the plan would be to now strip the front aircon condenser and then see if we can see where the leak is, but I do think that it is coming from the radiator and yeah, we'll have to take everything off. Once that is off we can see and then replace probably the radiator. So to get this condenser off, there's a bolt over here, one over here, one on this side, and should have been one over here, but this one is out already. And then I think this pipe needs to be loosened as well as this pipe over here. I will confirm that, but I think that's all that needs to be taken loose to get the radiator, the condenser off and give us access to the radiator. So let's get into that. The radiator out and we see where the leak is coming from. It's actually coming from the top and it doesn't look like it was coming from the bottom where we thought it was coming from by the condenser, and we actually ended up taking the entire front off first before we removed the condenser from the radiator. So we took the front off, it was a couple of bolts, and then we also needed to take the one headlight out to get the radiator out, otherwise it wouldn't have came out. It was a bit tight, it was knocking up against the light, so we removed one of the lights just to get the radiator out. It was pretty straightforward. I think there's one bolt here, somewhere here, and then same on the other side, and then also you had to remove this catch latch over here, so that had to be removed. And then what else? I think that was it, just to remove this entire front piece. This is what it's looking like now. It just made it much easier. And then once this was off, we took the condenser off. My dad went to collect a new radiator and he also went to look for a condenser. We might replace it if we can find one. And then there's also other couple of stuff that we've done in the interim while everything was disassembled. We ended up replacing this rack end. The car was actually pulling the steering wheel to one side, so we replaced this rack end. We also done the tie rod ends on both sides, and then also both boots were replaced. This is the old one over here. You can see the boot was cracked on the side over there, and then also all the play in here. The boot was also damaged on the inner side. So yeah, that's why we replaced this. The bump was also hanging and I realized that this side's clip was broken. So we need to get one of that. It actually fits in here and then fits into the bumper. So that needs to also be replaced. There's a wire over here that is broken off. I think that goes to this hooter because it is a dual hooter, but only the one seems to be working now. So I think this wire was broken off from something previously. So we need to sort that out. And there's a whole lot of wires here. We actually struggled to get this off when we removed the front section, because this is a whole nest of wires for the aftermarket headlights. So we want to get rid of that and just get the standard headlights in. Yeah, so we can get rid of that once we get the new headlights in. So I'm just waiting for my dad to return with the radiator. Once he gets back, we can start reassembling and putting everything back together. Oh yes, and then there was 1, 2, 3, 4 10s over here. Just loosen that, and that allowed you to remove the radiator for those who is watching this video to do it themselves. Yeah, 4 10s, and then you get your radiator release. I'm currently just doing like a little flush. I'm just putting water in there and letting it run out till it's clear, because there was a lot of rust and dirt and muck in the water. So what I'm doing now is just running clean water through to circulate and try to get as much dirt out as possible. So we initially thought that the leak was coming from this side or this area because of the condenser chafing up against it, but it seems like the leak was a bit higher. If you can see over here, there's some coolant running down there, so we're not sure if that was actually the cause of it or if there is a other leak, because if you look closely over here, looked like it might have been broken or damaged there, or even on the side over here. And I think this is a common area for these radiators to leak. So we're not too sure if the leak is coming from there or where. But yeah, this is the old one, and we will be replacing this. So this is the new radiator, and if you look on the sides over here, you see it has this, and this probably clips into something, but if you look on here, there's no section for that to clip in. So what we're going to do is just going to make this flush so it doesn't stick out on here and then not line up or anything. So we're going to, I think, use a grinder and then just make both of those flush. It was actually done on the previous one as well. So yeah, you can see there's nowhere that those would go into. And if you have a look over here on the old one, same thing. They've grinded it or something just to make it flush. So I'm not sure, maybe previous or newer models, later models has that, and this one doesn't, so that's the reason why we're actually just grinding that piece. While fitting the radiator, we realized that this section on top needs to be cut off as well, because it's heating up against there, and now this bolt is not lining up, so we can't get that bolt in. So what we're going to do is also just take a bit of this off with the grinder as well, that one and on the side. You can see over there. So most of the front is assembled, radiators on, condensers on. We actually didn't end up replacing the condenser. It didn't seem like it was leaking, so we just cable tied that section that was hanging, cable tied that so that there's no chafing against the radiator. And this is what we're working with. Condensers on, bolt over there is tightened, that's tightened over there. These four, well, that one's missing, are all tightened, the 10s, and then here you can see we put that piece of cable tie there, so there's no movement here. It restricts it from moving. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. And then we also sprayed this. I know you don't really see this, but just for peace of mind, and it looks much better if it's painted, so while sprayed. Yeah, so that is sprayed. We have to put that on, and then we can put the bumper on and connect the lights. I really would like to get the original headlights, because this is a mess. So much wiring for that lights that's in here currently. It's It's not a good sight. But yeah, hopefully we can get a set really soon of the original headlights, and then that will all be removed. So we just need to finish it up, assemble the last bits of it, and then we can put some water and coolant in, run it, see if the fans are operating and there's proper circulation. Yeah, and then that should be done. Also, just be very, very careful when you cut these off. You don't want to cut too much, just in case you cut into the radiator. So just be very careful when you do trim these sections off. So my dad's just rewiring this water, fixing the wiring over there, and then I took the other piece off of here that was broken, and then this is what we got. We got this from Exclusive. It's slightly different than the original one, so we're just gonna put it on now and check if it actually works. This is, I'm not sure if it's Mark 2, Mark 3, but yeah, I'm gonna put this one on and check if it works. Quick side project. When we got the car, we got this Vr6 badge, but the clips on the back are broken. So what we're going to try and do is use one of these, well, both of these, and glue it behind here. Both of those on there, and then this will be at the back as a backing plate, which will be essentially behind here, and then that will be screwed on from the back. Reason being, this little badge is like 700 rand, somewhere around there, just for the badge. So we're gonna try and make this one work. I actually want to clean it up a bit as well, give it a spray, and then yeah, if we can make this one work and salvage this one, we save 500-600 rand. Sorry guys, we used the glue gun, and we actually, the first time we put it on, we put a bit too little on, and when we screwed the screws on, it came loose. So just be very generous when you're putting the glue on. Make sure that it doesn't come loose. You could even put of those practice steel stuff on. Yeah, just make sure that it is nice and tight. Plan of action would be to spray this. I'd like to spray it first black, and then I'll tape it up and spray it silver, and then this would obviously be the backing plate which goes on the back there. It might not be visible, but I want to have this cleaned up and sprayed black as well. Everything has been put back together now. Bumpers on, grill is on, lights are in. I'm not too happy with how the badge turned out, to be honest. I ended up spraying it and it didn't come out very nice. It actually looks very tacky. It looks like a 2-year-old was busy coloring in. So yeah, I'm not too happy with this. But the actual clip that we made works perfectly. The only thing is that this doesn't look good with the way that it was sprayed. So I'm actually just going to buy another one of those for the car. Other than that, everything is in place and we are ready to start the car. We'll just start the car, run it, check for any leaks, and obviously fan operation and circulation. See if all that is good. Fan comes on and then we are good to go. Car is idling. Water's coming through there, so there is circulation. I'm just looking, I don't see any leaks on the floor. So that looks good. Just gonna wait now for the car to get to temperature, about 90, and then hopefully the fan comes on. It's almost there. So Once the fan comes on, we'll be good. Hopefully there's no air locks or anything. But for now, you'll have to wait and just give it some time for the fans to kick in. And then there's one more thing I just want to do in this episode. Let me show you quickly. My dad and my brother actually started. They took out the front headlights, and I'm just going to replace that with the new headlights, OEM style headlights. So this is the new headlights that they got. It's not the original, but this is the make. We actually got it from Exclusive. Just want to fit the bulbs. We've got bulbs in here, so I just want to fit the bulbs quickly, and then we can fit it onto the car. This is the current state of the car. Grill is off, lights are out. So yeah, I'll be fitting that now. This is a before without the lights, and you can get an after once these are fit. Like I say, it is aftermarket, so I hope we don't have any issues with fitment, but you know how it goes with aftermarket stuff. Let's just put it in and we can check if there's any fitment issues. We got rid of all that nest of wires. If you remember, there's a whole lot of wires for the previous lights. That's all been removed, and it's cleared up some nice space in here as well. It was very cluttered, full of wires with the previous lights. There we go, lights fitted. It's as simple as that, just 3 screws in each light, and then the grill clips in. However, the grill is damaged, so I do want to see if we can get another grill. I know it's not easy to find, but we'll look for another grill because the plastic is damaged. But yeah, the lights are in. It looks really nice. Let me show you. And this is the end result. I'm extremely happy. You know I like an OEM look, and this is literally OEM. Obviously, like I said, it's not the Halo originals, but it looks like it does the job, and it fits fairly good. Didn't have any issues apart from this side. It's very close to the fender over here, but yeah, other than that, it looks really nice. V still needs to be replaced. That would probably be next, and also the grill. The grill is broken over here. I don't know if you can see here. So there's a bit of cracks on the grill in certain areas. But yeah, that is what it looks like at the moment. Very nice. Those are next. We also still need to do the mud flaps. All went well. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.